Okay, Paolo, are you ready to take over?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let me share the screen so everything is in place. Okay, can you see my screen?
You can indeed.
Okay, hello
Your
everyone.
7 minute starts now.
Okay, thank you all for being here. Thank you again, Paula, for inviting me. I'm here to present the breadcrumbs. Well, not to present it, but to hear your feedback, to be honest. So what's Breadcrumbs? It is a marketing platform for Web3 brands that I am building myself as solopreneur. And the goal of the project is to help Web3 companies with product to acquire new users and scale their business and their community. So yes, I'm sorry, maybe this is not for you as a user on the Web3 space, but this is for Web3 business owners. But the point is that I'm helping to promote those Web3 products with affiliate and referral marketing. And here's where you, as a user, come in. We basically are creating a unique links for you to promote products and bring new users and sales, and you will be getting rewards in exchange. So this is a model that it's already working on the Web2 space. But we'll go deeper into it later. So let me start from the beginning. I'm known on socials as Hunkerer, but my real name is Pablo. I am a developer. Well, I was a board developer on a 9 to 5 job, and but I always wanted to build my own thing. I tried many times. I love coding. I love to build products and to solve real problems. But the marketing side was always my challenge. Um, sorry, what? Okay, are you seeing the pitch deck, right? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Um, so I worked on with affiliation previously, and I will always like it, the idea of referral and affiliate marketing. So let me explain it from the beginning. The typical case is the Amazon affiliation program, where any blogger, YouTuber, or influencer can promote products. For instance, a mobile device, and you go to that blog and you get redirected to Amazon. So Amazon is selling that product, but they are rewarding with a sale commission to the in this case to the content creator that drive that sale. That is affiliate marketing. You probably fell into that strategy many times. And when we talk about referral marketing, it's a little bit different because when you are referred, it is understand that you are a user from an application. And example in our space is Binance. They, for instance, have a referral program where you can invite friends. So they create an account on Binance, and they are expected to get some revenue from that user. So they offer you some kind of advantage. In this case, can be free trading fees, but they can offer also monetary incentives or other kind of rewards. And I have always liked the idea of referral and affiliate marketing. Saying it's a win-win strategy when implemented properly, because in this case, the brand, the business is always going to get new users and revenue. The affiliate is going to receive some reward in exchange, and also you can add some kind of discounts for user acquirers. So it's a strategy where everybody wins. So when I dig it into Web3 and blockchain, I realized that the technology can do a high improvement in this marketing strategy, because when you have on-chain tracking, you can have a transparency on what's going on. Also, you can offer a reliable system. You can offer trustless and automated operations with smart contracts. Also, The cost of operation is lower, so you can offer higher rewards. It's open to everyone because you can participate anonymously just by connecting your wallet. And we can also offer instant payment, and we can offer any kind of digital asset as reward. But this is all true, but later I had my eureka moment, which is I realized that the real power of Web3 lies on its communities, because traditional Web2 have users, but we have communities. And the difference is that the users come and go, but communities are made of passionate members that truly believe in projects. So who is better to promote a product than the people who already believe in it? Why not to help Web3 projects grow by unleashing the power of their more passionate supporters? So this is in essence referral marketing, but reimagined for the Web3 industry. So I decided to use both the blockchain advantages and also the culture, which is around communities, to create the perfect marketing solution for Web3 builders, where users and community is involved. So as a result, Breadcrumbs was born. This is the website. We offer here the possibility for projects to create campaigns, and they can use this as a user acquisition
1
strategy.
minute left.
So yeah, the point is that let me put some examples. I have picked, for instance, this random example, Quart, where they are offering the self-custody credit card. So they are asking to join you for the whitelist. So they can, for instance, build a referral program where they can provide the users with this page, which is the referral program, where they can logging into, they can create a referral link, and they will be sharing the website where other people can join the waitlist. So every time that you share the link and someone clicks into the link, you will be redirected to the website, and when they join to the waitlist, you will be generating rewards. This way, we are creating a referral program where anyone can participate. And we can do the same with affiliation, which in this case would be like content creators or calls in the space that want to monetize their audience by promoting with links. If we want to see in action, we have, for instance, this campaign, and I can copy the link. And for instance, if I want to share it with my audience on X and someone clicks on the link, they will be redirected to the website and will be generating a new reward. So you as a user, by promoting the products that you use, you will be able to generate rewards. Then you can claim them, or you can see your analytics, and you will see here the events and conversions that you have generated. In this case, I have 2 clicks, I converted 1, and I can claim my rewards. So this
down to
is
6 minutes of review time.
okay. Okay, I have left here some questions that to make you think about, but feel free to ask anything.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to open up the stage now for anybody that wants to give feedback. Who would like to start? Feel free just to jump on mic.
Sorry, yeah, I put on my camera as Brian here. I put on my camera. It's working. Sorry, it's working. I didn't think it was going to work. I have a question. Just so, who is your bullseye best fit ICP at the moment, or your best fit customer right now? If you were like, who would be the most?
Yeah, customers, well, it is oriented for Web3 builders that are creating products, because these only work when you have a product that is generating revenue. Okay, so any of the projects that it's here probably is building a product. So if they are going to do sales and they are going to generated revenue, they can share some part of the cake with people that want to participate and promote the products. So this
Okay,
is
so
for
essentially Web3, yeah, builders.
yeah,
Okay.
it's for Web3 projects, but you can yeah, it can work for Web3 games. It can work with tipping projects, anything.
Okay, cool. Only bit of small bit of feedback. I'll stop talking. That's only small bit of feedback I have is I think it's a really good idea. But in terms of your pitch, if we're critiquing that as well, I would the why at the start I think could be stronger in terms of if you're pitching for money or something. I think at the you could probably labor a lot more on the pain point at the beginning in terms of the why this is needed. I agree it's needed and is needed, but I think you could probably just make it clearer at the beginning in terms of your pain point specifically at the beginning in terms of why this is a really important thing. But yeah, it's really well
Yeah,
done.
the point.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, the point is that I have to differentiate between customers and users that are the ones that can participate in promotion. So it's quite difficult.
Excellent. That was really good feedback. Anybody else got feedback there?
Thank you, Brian.
There is a question in there. Is direct payment and PAW per conversion a good reward mechanism? Anybody want to jump in with a bit of feedback on that?
Yeah, the point.
Paula, I'm not sure about that question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, somebody want to come in? But I
Yeah.
think I understood the pitch, which is breadcrumbs. You're halfway there, then, if I can understand. But I wondered, imagine if I was a YouTuber, got quite a, I don't know, small following. How would they best harness their followers into the system? What would you say is their best method of them taking advantage of your system?
As a YouTuber, you mean? Yeah. If you have
with
a
with a following.
Yeah, if you have a channel and you, for instance, you talk about different kind of DeFi platforms, applications, or strategies, you can partner with some of them, and you can add links on your description, or you can mention the link on the YouTube video, and they will be recommending. And for each user that they bring to the DeFi platform, they will be generating rewards. In this case, now we are offering a Polygon network and rewards in Pol token. But later, maybe the DeFi platform can offer as a reward their own project token, or they can offer an NFT.
Yeah, I think I understood the pitch, and I just thought maybe at the beginning, the first slide where you had some of the types of customers, the types of people, you had YouTuber there, maybe just using one of them as an example.
Yeah,
But
maybe
I
put in
think,
some examples. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, the time
do that.
today was very short. I mean, poor luck,
Yeah, the time
really.
is very short. I
Give the
had
guy a
prepared other
chance.
Did say
examples, but
fire.
7 minutes is not enough.
No,
It's
it's
a
not.
killer. But yeah, I think I got it. And
Yeah.
I think using an example, took on board Brian's comments as well. I think they were valid as well. But yeah, I did get it. Good for you.
Yeah, I expected Paula to be more flexible regarding timing.
It's a shark eat shark world here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
hard.
but
I play hard.
yeah, the point is that this is a project on the early stages, but the idea is to create any kind of Web3 referral experience. So offer different kind of rewards, participation filters, and different type of conversions, because maybe a project want to generate awareness and visits, but others maybe want to get users, or other wants to, for instance, sell a product.
Diego, you have your hand up. Do you want to jump in there?
Yeah, I think if you just go back to the slide that you were on just there, I think you were saying
Which one?
that one. Kind of like tracking traffic in the URL visits as conversion. At least from like our perspective, I think I would find it more useful if it was tracking something deeper, like
Yeah.
like an actual conversion, because a URL visit wouldn't really be enough for me, for example, if I had a project token to then give to someone because they visited my URL. I would want it to be kind of something more deeper, like an action that they did an action within the app or they deposited into the application. I would count that as like a successful referral. That would be kind of my only
Yeah.
like feedback there. It's like something else because I think a URL visit is just it's too easy to bot and too easy to game.
Yeah.
Especially when you're giving away like real money, you know, like in Polygon or if it's like any other token. Like I think it's just too be too. I think it's just not enough to pay for someone. If you know.
Yeah, that was one of my concerns, and I totally agree. But the point is that, for instance, content creators are using as metrics impressions. They are using engagement, and this is one step further, which is generating the visit. But then we will go with conversions for instance, subscribing to the whitelist or subscribing by email or purchasing the product or spending X number of tokens on your platform, and then that cannot be cheated. And as you said, it goes deeper into the funnel, into the sales funnel, and this is probably what you want. Totally agree.
Excellent. Well, on that, we are out of time. So I would like to big round of applause for Pablo there because yeah, look, next time I run this, we will make this, we will give more time, okay?
Can I add one last point?
Yes.
Yeah, I have created one campaign for you in case you want to test it and participate, and this is a campaign for breadcrumbs. So any of you can just join the campaign, and if you want to share it and talk about it, you will be rewarded in exchange. Okay, so let me share it in the chat,
Yeah,
and
can you
if
share it
anyone
in the
wants to
chat,
talk,
yeah?
Wait, where's that in the chat?
We're going to throw it into the chat now. Hold on.
let me share it now because I think I have it here. Yeah, this is the campaign. Yeah, I'm going to share it in the chat, and
Sean is also asking there if you have a GitHub page, if you could share that as well. Okay, moving on.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Do you want to stop sharing your
Thank you
screen
very much,
now?
breadcrumbs.
Cheers, boss.
Well done. Okay, next up we have QuartzPay. We have Diego from QuartzPay. Are you ready to come on? Let me just see.
Yeah, 100%.
One sec till I. There you go. Okay, you should be able to share screen and introduce yourself.
Awesome. 2 seconds there. Web browser in person. Desktop. Sure. I see now. It is asking me to couldn't reopen to allow the permission
Oh, I thought I allowed everybody. Hold on, sorry.
to I think it's like system side. So I will be 2 seconds.
Okay, yeah,
Apologies.
no problem.
Apologies.
Good there.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys.
Is Diego gone totally at the moment? Oh no, there he is.
Hey, I'm back. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't see you.
You're good. Yeah, I could go still if unless someone else can wants to go ahead, but I'm good to go now.
Are you good to go now? Yeah,
Yeah,
no, go
yeah.
ahead then.
Apologies
I'll
for that.
start your. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to start your 7 minutes. Go
Awesome.
for it.
Amazing. So hey everyone, my name is Diego and I'm building Quartz. So we allow you to spend the value of your crypto without selling any of your tokens. So want to, if you have some tokens like Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and you need to be able to you want to be able to use the value of those assets to pay for bills, expenses, coffee, you could deposit that into our platform. And then when you tap your card, you end up taking out an over-collateralized loan and spending what you borrowed instead of selling any crypto. So I guess like the market that we're going after is the $117 billion of crypto that is locked up in these tokens. And right now it's kind of like magic internet money. It's siloed off in this digital world. And the users and the owners of these assets, they don't want to sell these tokens because if they sell, they miss out on the next 100x price increase. You miss out on any yield that you may earn. And as well, when you sell, depending on your jurisdiction, it can be up to 50% in capital gains tax. So with us, you get to benefit, you get to keep your benefits of the asset scope and value. You get to keep earning yield on your tokens. You don't cause any capital gains tax because you're not selling. And you also get to access liquidity instantly using a credit card. So yeah, that's pretty much what we've built. And we have a product up and live, which is what I will show now. But yeah, I would love to get some feedback on the current features, what isn't very clear, what doesn't really make sense, these type of things, because it is. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
Yes.
So, right now, this is what our dashboard looks like. So you connect a wallet, and what we've built is essentially a protocol that users are able to deposit crypto into. So here I can deposit Bitcoins, Solana, GLP. So let's say I want to deposit some SOL, 0.1. That goes into my account and it gets when it lands and it confirms, it gets added into the asset that is supplied, and that's after increasing the amount of available credit. So what available credit means is how much can I spend with my Quartz card without selling any of these tokens. So I still hold 100 LP, 100 SOL, 100 USO, 100 this of Bitcoin. What I've been spending with my card. So here is like the card view, and like I've been going to Starbucks, tapping my card, and it's a virtual card. So like you can get it on Apple Pay and stuff, and it works like any other credit card. So at the moment, I guess what we're kind of struggling with is how to explain the product in a simple way where it just clicks. The way we're kind of approaching it now is by saying it's a credit card. It's an asset-backed credit card or an asset-secured credit card. So you deposit $100 of Bitcoin and you're able to spend $80 without selling any Bitcoin. That's kind of the way we're kind of approaching it. But yeah, like the product is built, it's live at the moment. We're building a mobile app. So yeah, that's kind of, I think that'll make it a bit easier to kind of to sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? To use on a daily basis, because this is like a very crypto native interface. It's a web app. You have to connect your wallet, and we're trying to move away from that to a more, I guess, just like everyday kind of Revolut-esque experience. So yeah, I would love to get some feedback on what you think of the product, what doesn't make sense, things that you would like to see in a product like this that may be missing, because at the moment it's add funds and spend pretty much. Add funds, withdraw, and then you just spend. One of the key things that I didn't mention is that all of your when you deposit into your Quartz account, all of your funds stay on chain and within your custody at all times. Because this is the crypto protocol, it doesn't go off chain. It doesn't go to a centralized exchange where you have to trust how they manage it. All of our code is open sourced. It's a program that we can't control. So it's very, very crypto native. And yeah, that's kind of the stage of where we're at. I don't really have anything else to say. Do I set up time?
Right? No, that was brilliant. And you've got 1.5 minutes left, so that gets added on to the feedback time. Does anybody want to jump in with questions or feedback? I know I have one, but I would like to open it to the floor first.
I've got one.
Yeah.
With the Bitcoin or what you've got up there, is there a risk of liquidation if you said it's 80% you can borrow? If prices tanked, for example, and Bitcoin went down by 50%, so your $100 worth of Bitcoin you had is now worth 50, but you'd spent 80. How would that work?
Exactly. So currently, with these kind of crypto loans that are over collateralized, there's always the risk of liquidation. So if you borrow 50 and now your Bitcoin's worth 60, it might get sold to cover off your loan. That still holds true for us. However, we built a feature called auto repay, which acts as a buffer on top of that. So instead of normally you'd have to pay up to 10% in liquidation fees. So you're getting a 10% worse price on your asset, on your Bitcoin, on your Ethereum, on whatever crypto that you have. And with us, it's just sold at market rate. So the goal with that feature is to, I guess, reduce the risk and reduce the pain of when these like liquidations do happen. But it is still a risk.
And I'm guessing because it's being borrowed, one of the benefits is it's not like one of the crypto spending cards where you would get taxed, or certainly in the UK you'd get capital gains tax for spending it. I'm assuming because it's a loan, the benefit of that is you're not taxed on it because you're not.
That's exactly right.
Mm.
That's exactly right. We're kind of thanks, man. Thanks, Simon. We were kind of inspired from the billionaire tax loophole where they have a whole bunch of stocks and they don't ever sell them because that will be taxable, so they just borrow money. So like what we've kind of done here is done that and allow that anyone to do that using crypto. So yeah, the reason we used to like lean into that a lot in like our pitching and our marketing. The reason we don't is because the the tax stuff is very jurisdiction dependent. So if we're very like pushy about like this is tax efficient, you don't have to pay tax on this. We're kind of like out of liability there. But that is depending on the jurisdiction. So forgive my like legal this is not financial advice talk. But yeah, depending on the jurisdiction, that is definitely a benefit.
Yeah, that works here in Ireland as well. So it does. My question, I just noticed there you're on Solana at the moment. What options, is it only Solana?
For now, yes. We just kind of perfecting the product here, and then we'll be looking to expand to other chains. So for sure, like short to medium term, what we'll be doing is we'll be extending support for like the multi-chain assets. So assets that exist on multiple blockchains, like wrapped Bitcoin is everywhere, wrapped Ethereum is everywhere, stable coins are everywhere, and there's other assets that are kind of multi-chain. So we'll be adding support to them for them very, very soon, and being open to more chains in that way.
Okay. Anybody else got any feedback or questions?
Two kind of questions, I guess. From a regulatory standpoint, if you were operating, say, for example, in Ireland, would you fall under the money lending regulation or the payment services regulation? And secondly, I don't know if it was covered in the first question, but with regard to it's kind of like a pawn shop nearly. So you're as you lend, as the asset decreases in value, what happens if the asset tanks? Like, are you left kind of holding the bag, or is there you use a liquidation method. Is that correct?
Yeah, we use the liquidation method. That's kind of what Simon was getting at as well. And so like, yeah, the liquidation thing is definitely what we do. So if the value of your collateral is dropping fast enough, the protocol would sell it at market rate to cover your loan, and the user would receive the rest, whatever it was remaining. On the legal regulation standpoint, uh, I am I am unsure on that for Ireland. We are not operate For that reason. We're not operating in Ireland out of yet, and in the EU, it's just more complicated in the regulatory standpoint. We're moving kind of operations offshore to be able to service kind of other markets. In the meantime, while we build enough traction to then be able to do a full pre-seed raise, and off that, be able to pay for the legal help to be able to acquire the necessary licenses, partnerships, and legal advice in the EU to be able to operate in a comfortable standpoint. So that's kind of our stage at the moment, which sucks because like we haven't raised that much. We raised like a small pre-seed or angel round even. So yeah, it's kind of we can't really afford Irish lawyers at the moment.
Marco, you have your hand up. Do you want to jump in there?
Yes. First of all, now that I heard that you haven't raised money, I probably can help you with that because I'm in contact with a couple VC funds. So probably I can put you in contact with them. Secondly, I wanted to ask if uh the file that is generated with the passphrase, is it generated in the back end or the front end?
So this is completely self-custodial, so there's no C phrases involved. This is like this is the user's own wallet. So we don't like store or deal with the custody of users' funds. So that's just completely raised from a public. Does that kind of answer your question? We just don't touch it.
Does that make sense, Marco? Yeah. Excellent. Anybody else got any feedback or questions for Diego? Diego, I have another question for you. So far, because I know you've only just gone live with this very, very recently. This is beta, yeah? How many
Yeah,
users have you got?
we
And
have
where are they
21.
from?
Where they're from is the question. We have 21 beta testers as of now, and yeah, we have kind of users from a global just like basically area, so from multiple jurisdictions at the moment. We went live around like 2 weeks ago, so started onboarding them and been fixing a bunch of like issues, bugs, making that better, adding new features, and yeah, I think at the moment the way we're operating out of is like through, I guess, the reverse solicitation rule, where if a user comes to us, as long as we don't actively advertise towards them, we can very comfortably service them. However, so that hence like that's kind of where the jurisdictions are very varied.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
one last.
regulation. Go on, Simon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only a very quick question. So assuming the beta goes well for it, how scalable is it? So if you all of a sudden got 20,000 users that signed up for it, would you be equipped to handle that?
As of now, probably not. We are in the process of moving our infrastructure to different kind of type of deployment, and that's more scalable. And as well, we actually can't afford 20,000 users at the moment. We assume a certain amount of cost for each user, so we can actually only reach 1,000 users comfortably at our current raise. So our actual plan at the moment is to launch, basically get those 1,000 users as fast as possible and use that as kind of the traction needed to go to these VCs and raise money, basically saying, yo, we just basically maxed out on users, give us money so we can onboard more and grow faster. That's our current point.
Okay, well, we're going to have to wrap up on you there now. I've just dropped your Twitter link into the chat there. So if anybody wants to pass on any more feedback or talk to you about it, they can do. Up next, we have, let me see, Carl, are you here? Are your team here?
Yes, we are.
Excellent.
Myself, Hal, and on the go.
I'll just pass over to you and let you go for it.
Brilliant. So let me just share here. You can all see that, yeah?
We can indeed, yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Is there somebody else talking there?
There should be on the go. That sounds like on the go.
Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Hiya.
So I'll just do a quick intro of Bold BTC, and then I'll pass over to the team, and we'll take it in steps. So Bold BTC, what we are is a superior Bitcoin wallet. So it's seedless, hardware free, and limitless. So no seeds, no hardware wallet, no dependencies, pure and resilient Bitcoin security, powered by superior threshold signatures technology for ultimate self-custody control. The creator is On the Go, who you just heard speaking. Contributor is Hal Finney, is my homeboy. I'm also a contributor, and then we have a marketer called Ray. So why choose Bitcoin Wallet? So I'll just pass over to Hal, if Hal's there.
Yep, I'm here. So it's kind of an interesting concept. It was On the Go's idea, and we just kind of been working on it. There's a hot wallet and a cold wallet, and this is somewhere in between because people need a hot wallet, but they need extra security. And coming from his perspective, there are people who live in countries where they can't carry hardware wallets. Police used to never know what hardware wallets are, but they do now. And if you get caught with one, you're in big trouble. But a phone, you can have an app and you can disguise it, hide the icon, things like that. But it's you want better security. So what this is it's multi-sig, meaning you have two phones and you need both of them to authorize a transaction, but you can have more than one phone. You can have more than one device. You can have up to 10 of 10 or 5 of 10. And so without negating any kind of privacy or security, it uses threshold signatures, multi-party computation. And so we're making this open source, and if nobody ends up using the wallet, they can at least take the library and implement it into their wallets. But it's got a lot of promise to it, because not only is it private and secure, but also you save on fees. If you want to do a multi-sig larger than 2 or 3 signatures, you're going to pay 2 or 3 times more of the fees. And the output of this is just one single signature transaction. Currently, when you pair and create the wallet, it does it locally over Wi-Fi. So you could set up a hotspot so all the phones connect to it. But in the future, we plan to integrate Nostr so that the signing requests can happen encrypted over Nostr messages. So a lot of things coming down the pipeline. And with that, I'd like to pass it off to On the Go. He's got a lot more to say about it than me, so I'll reserve some time. On the Go, are you there?
Excellent.
I'm here. So, Hal, if you want, you can keep on sharing the slides, and I'm gonna go through more about it. And basically, the whole concept is to make crypto users more sovereign over their crypto assets in a more secure way, in a more resilient way. And usually today we need to trust a hardware wallet setup. You have to trust Ledger or any other hardware wallet, let's say. You can't know what's happening over this hardware stuff. And if you end up using a software wallet, usually all wallets today, you have to write down your seed papers. And if you lost it, it's a liability somehow. And it is like a single signature. And for other users, if they gonna make it more secure, it will be more complicated because you need to have a multi-sig wallet or multi-sig smart contract. If it's a Ethereum, let's say, wallet setup, or on Bitcoin as well. So the easier way was to leverage the threshold signature technology, which was released and open sourced even by Binance and a lot of crypto companies. So what we do here is we focus on Bitcoin technology mainly, and we started with Bitcoin. And what we're offering is an open source implementation that allows users to have two different devices, and each device will be able to be like a key share, and the user will be able to back up and restore his key share via different cloud providers or USBs, SD cards. So whatever you're gonna do, you can just get your Bitcoin deposit address and secure your assets. So, and here we can see like on the screen a demonstration, the real app, how it's been doing on between two devices. So here we can see like the key generation steps, and of course, after doing a key generation on each app, we need to back up the key shares, and this is the wallet app. You can see on the two devices, you will have the same address, same Bitcoin address, let's say, and you can send and receive in the same way as well. So here we're sending Bitcoins, let's say, and we have to pair the two devices over our local network. The two devices are over the same network, and they co-sign. So here we're doing a co-signing. Each device is signing the Bitcoin transaction. Yeah, and here we see it signed and broadcasted. Yeah, and what Hal is speaking about, today we need to have the two devices over a single Wi-Fi network or hotspot. But the improvement we're doing with Hal is where we will be enabling a Noster relay for Bold BTC, and it will be a public relay, which will allow users, let's say, to be able to co-sign cross-borderly. So I can be in a country and my other co-signer can be in another network, other country, whatever, but we can agree to do the multi-signature steps using the Nasser protocol, which is like also resilient and secure enough to make the protocol happen remotely. And on our roadmap, we're focusing on this, and also focusing on more Bitcoin technologies like UTXO management,
1 minute
creating
of
multiple
speaking
exchange
time.
wallets, and yeah.
Continue. Now you've 1 minute left of talk time. Go on, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, and what we're focusing on Bold BTC is more today is about Bitcoin technologies. So I want to create multiple, let's say, change addresses or Bitcoin address types, whether it's SegWit or Taproot or anything advanced. We're keeping this in mind to have like a full-fledged Bitcoin TSS wallet. Thank you.
Excellent.
And I want to thank also the beautiful team like Hal, Carl, and Ray, and welcoming everyone to join, to audit, and to get benefits of this technology.
Yeah, so we're open source, so we want to encourage people to get involved, and as On The Go mentioned, work with the protocol, integrate it into their own projects, and scale. It's an open source project, so we're very open to collaboration.
Excellent. That's a move on to feedback time, unless you want to continue for another minute. Thank you. Okay, who has feedback for Bold BTC wallet or questions? Marco, you've got your hand up.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask if right now you're only planning for BTC mainnet instead of Lightning Network.
I mentioned that we are putting on roadmap a lot of Bitcoin technologies, and that's a topic we were discussing with Hal earlier, that today building our infra, we may be able to offer Bitcoin users the capability of doing Lightning channels, opening a channel, and without the hassle of having a self-custodian infrastructure. So you don't need to be an advanced user, just because leveraging this technology will allow us to maintain the infrastructure, opening a channel, following up over channels, closing channels, everything else complicated related to any normal users, while we leverage the TSS. So we can hold a key share, and the other users can hold their key shares on their mobile apps without need to trust us. So we can do nothing with their assets, and they can do nothing as well. And they can get benefit of having an automated service without trusting us holding their keys or any sort of custodian service type. Yeah.
Nicolo, you have a question there.
I do. Thank you. Well done, guys. I like how you brought up the security issue against hardware wallets. In certain circumstances, it's always good seeing usability like that. What I'd like to know or see more of is your comparison against other hot wallets that are already there, and what you're trying to get at with the multiple or the two devices. Because, for example, I've got Phantom Wallet and I've got Phantom installed on multiple devices already. So it'd have to be made clear to me what the difference is between what you're doing and what already exists.
All right. So, like for Phantom Wallet, you can install it on multiple devices, and this app you can also, of course, install it on multiple devices. But whenever you do your key generation stuff, each device participating will be like an identity device. So you have multiple key shares. So this is like the innovation behind. So it's like a multi-sig. And the way we are treating this wallet, whenever you do a transaction, your transaction will be broadcasted over the blockchain, and it will look like it is signed by a single signature. You won't be able to differentiate it if it is a multi-sig smart contract, or you will see it as a normal transaction, as a single transaction. But to be able to do this signature, you need your co-signers to be available. And each device will know zero knowledge. Let's say he will know nothing about each other device private key share. So, which is the whole purpose. And we made it only for 2 devices, but we have it in mind 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, whatever you need. But for the simplicity and for the most efficient way today, it is like 2 out of 2. But the code is already open source, and it supports M out of N signing. Yeah.
It's really good. And what it could be very useful for is we've got a huge amount of cybercrime. It's the biggest industry in the world. And there's an awful lot of people who don't understand crypto, especially, say, older generations, who won't get into it because of this. But this way, you could actually have, say, a younger relative involved who is acting as a guardian, because it's multi-sig, to make sure that people don't get ripped off.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, for persons looking for a like a vault solution and cold storage solution, and they don't want to have big liability on any other software or hardware wallet, let's say, they can have multiple key shares and multiple key setups. And as you said, they can have any guardian and trusted person, so which is needed in time to spend the funds.
And there's no seed phrase when you set it up, correct?
No, you don't need any seed phrase. But of course, you need to back up your key share, and it's also digital, so you don't mind. So you can store each key share on one on iCloud, the other on Google Drive, or maybe on your SD card. But you don't have to write a paper and take a paper with you, or hold a hardware wallet with you. All you need to do is to back up your key share on any digital storage platform you trust, or you can easily get access to later on. Yeah, so you can uninstall your application and everything, get your bitcoins and travel the world. And whenever you reach any country, you can log into your Google account, Gmail, or iCloud, whatever, and get your key share. You restore it, you install your app, and that's it. You get access to your funds again.
Excellent. Anybody else got questions or feedback?
Just a quick one. So if I could access that key share and I wasn't you, for example, would that give me access to the account?
Yeah, it's up to your setup. So today it is
Yeah.
2 out of 2. Yeah, so you need both key shares to get access. If you have one key share, you will not be able to spend any fund, and yeah.
Right. No, the only reason I was questioning it was because of the security aspects of it being saved to the cloud. Just knowing how easy it is sometimes for hackers to get access to OneDrive or Google Drive or whatever. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's a responsibility, there is always like a compromise, but you need to know where you are putting your key shares. They should be never in the same location, because if one location is compromised, so it can be a full access. But even in our application, we offer a passphrase, so you can put a password to encrypt your key share. So you can back up your key share without putting a password, or you can encrypt it with a. So you need a PIN or a passphrase to be able to reload it again. Yeah.
Cool. Really, really cool product. Like, really cool.
Excellent. Time
Yeah,
for
thank
one more. Pablo, do you want to jump in there?
Yep. Well, this is not a question, it's more like a suggestion. And you compare a lot with cold wallets, but I think the security problems are mainly in hot wallets. And at the end, what you are proposing is like an hybrid between both of them. So I think the best way to show your value proposition is create this typical table comparison, and you put the advantages of the cold wallets, advantages of the hot wallets. Maybe you can include this Phantom wallet that Nicola mentioned, and highlight there that you are providing the value from both worlds. And this is the perfect image to illustrate the value that you are offering.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to check the Phantom wallet if it uses the same technology, or it is because today you have a multi-sig Bitcoin transaction. It's P2MS, P2 multi-sig script, but you need multiple signatures, and you have to send a transaction over the chain. That whenever you're unlocking your fund, it will look like a multi-sig transaction. But in this way, if you have 3 out of 5 or 5 out of 10 signatures over the blockchain, it will look like a single signature. So you can know nothing about the participants. So it's more private. And in terms of paying fees, it will be more efficient. And in terms of hardware wallets, so usually when you buy a hardware wallet, so you have to trust the hardware wallet. So you know nothing about the hardware wallet, what's happening. But here, because it's a software wallet, every developer can audit the software, whatever it's installed over a iOS or an Android, because it uses cryptography, and you have a distributed key share mechanism. So you can always have a full audit. While when you trust the hardware wallet, you don't have a full audit. For example, recently on Ledger, they made it possible to extract your backup keys if you want to use the recovery service. So their first announcement it's a hardware wallet that the seed will be your private seed will never leave the device. So after years, we discovered no, they are able to do it, and they have the recover service, let's say, from which they extract your seeds. So basically, this is like a loophole somehow. You are trusting a hardware that you don't have additional knowledge about. So this is an edge point about it. And even the Bybit hack, which happened the past weeks, the CEO himself, they signed a transaction using a hardware wallet, and it was like a blind signature, and they were signing something they don't know about. So because it's using this software today, it will allow you to sign directly within your mobile over a transaction which is no more blind signed, so you know what you are signing. When they did that, they were it was like a discrepancy between the website they used to sign and the data sent to the hardware wallet. So with this technology, you may have it on spot, so you don't have like a middle gap from which the hacker took advantage to make their 1
Yeah, I'm
billion
gonna have to
hack.
wrap up on you there. Sorry.
Yeah.
But that was great. And look, it's open source as well, as you said. I would just like to highlight that to everybody, that I assume being open source, you are open to other people contributing and helping you along, yeah?
Yes, they are welcome, of course, even
Excellent.
to optimize. And yeah, we had our Discord, and we're welcoming everyone to optimize.
Feel free to drop the Discord there. I don't think I have the Discord link. Feel free to drop the Discord link there into the chat, yeah?
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, moving on now to our final participant for the evening that has been waiting eagerly. Sorry to have put his last. We have Max coming on from UTix. Max?
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Hey.
Just going to start sharing my screen. Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah, we can indeed.
Amazing. So good evening. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me for the next 7 minutes or so. I did weirdly enough code like a presentation timer that will alert me every 50 seconds, but I'm not going to bother with it. We've had some really good pitches tonight. It's been really interesting to listen to everyone have an opportunity to go through the different projects, different products they're working on. I've been going back and forth with my co-founders, talking about some of them that will likely reach out to you. So thank you for doing that. I do have a bunch of monitors and my webcam is in a really weird place. So if you see me looking everywhere, I apologize in advance. So my name is Max Mayhew. I'm one of the founders of UTix. We are a blockchain ticketing application. So just by way of introduction, it's a software as a service product. It was founded in 2019 and we operate in the United Kingdom, the US, and throughout Europe. We offer a decentralized blockchain-based e-ticketing platform. So think Ticketmaster, think Eventbrite, think Skiddle, but essentially powered by the blockchain. Why are we doing it? I think everyone here to some extent has probably been affected by kind of the market failure within e-ticketing. There are these secondary market issues. There are fraud, extremely high fees, scalping. E-ticketing is fundamentally broken. We see articles about the issues with Ticketmaster come out every day. Somebody in the chat actually earlier just sent me an article about the fact that the Scottish government are looking to start fining 20,000 to ticket touters for kind of one of the football tournaments up and coming. The market loses billions year after year to these kind of issues that are primary market issues. So we're looking to come and add transparency to that. Traditional ticketing platforms actually completely lack this. The transparency, they enable price gouging. I think a lot of people know that the secondary market in e-ticketing was actually owned by a lot of these primary market distributors, like Ticketmaster, for example. An antitrust lawsuit came in a few years ago where they said, right, you've got to break those up because fundamentally you're just profiteering off kind of taking money from your customers that you shouldn't be. But the issue still persists nonetheless. The idea is to introduce a blockchain ledger that is immutable. We want to take the benefits of the blockchain without the complexities and offer as many options that the blockchain offers to customers. So being able to verify whether a ticket is real, whether it's fake, being able to track tickets on the ledger, being able to know exactly how much a ticket was paid for. And we want to make that a completely frictionless experience for users. So we don't want people necessarily to realize they're using the blockchain. It's just a number of features that we're adding to the platform to allow event organizers to have much more control. So a secondary market where they can set a resale value, top-end value, being able to understand whether a ticket that you're purchasing is, in fact, legitimate. So moving on, the key features of UTix as a company. Every ticket's minted as an NFT. So not to overcomplicate NFTs, but tickets should be non-fungible. A good example of this is if I buy a theatre ticket, for example, and I'm seated in 4D and then try and swap it with somebody that's seated in 36B. Those are different locations. Those tickets might be different prices generally. Tickets shouldn't necessarily be fungible because you're not always necessarily getting the exact same thing. We automate ticket sales through smart contracts and we set rules on resale pricing. We prevent scalping, and there's a number of different ways we do that I won't go into. But we do charge much lower fees conventionally than normal ticketing platforms. So we've seen Ticketmaster and Eventbrite charge up to 14% on the value of a ticket, which is extortionate. We charge an absolute maximum of 7.5%. And that's a ticket, and that is a kind of hosting fee that is negotiated with the event organizer. We've had very large event organizers want to bring that down. We're more than happy to do that. We do it on a case-by-case basis, but if you were to just come on and use the platform, it's 7.5%. Again, every transaction is recorded on the blockchain, and we have Stripe integrated as our merchant provider. Stripe also have a crypto merchant, so you can buy tickets if you want directly on UTIX with Coinbase wallet, Kraken, Gemini, Binance, with a Phantom wallet, with a MetaMask wallet. But we do have conventional payment systems in place. So if you want to use your MasterCard or American Express, you can buy a ticket, not a problem at all whatsoever. It is built for scalability because we understand that whilst we as a company are starting, going after a very specific market segment, ultimately we want to be in the position where we're selling 50, 60,000 ticket events. In order to do that, you need to be able to scale, and that's just not necessarily blockchain infrastructure, but ticketing, the sub layer of ticketing as a whole. So making sure that we've got the right servers in place and those are scalable, and resale market control. I am whizzing through this quickly because I recognize we are on a time limit. So we were one of the first regulated blockchain companies by the Malta Financial Services Authority. We are known as a virtual financial asset. Why did we do this? Because we recognized that if we wanted to be ticketing in basically all over the world, which we are, there were certain laws and securities laws in the United States, for example, that might cause us issues. So Grant Thornton, who are our lawyers, basically turned around and said, look, the best thing to do is to say, look, we're not a security, we're a virtual financial asset, and we did that. Our beta test is pretty much complete. We've tested the functionality with real life events. We've had ticket sales from blockchain con in Colombia. We're working with Air Baltic, for example, not just on their loyalty system, but helping them and the Latvian Blockchain Association ticket events. We were listed on exchanges, which was one of the regulatory requirements of the Malta Financial Services Authority. So on Uniswap, Radium, Jupiter, Bitmart, the token itself. We have reseller programs in the United States, in South America, in Australia, where ticket brokers, for example, can bring events to us and they get paid a percentage of the fee for every single ticket that's sold on that event. We are expanding to the United States. We're working with Ruffer & Ruffer LLC, which is a securities and blockchain law firm. We're ensuring compliance and structure to ensure that we can enter the North American market with a bang the way that we want to. Like I said, we work with Stripe, but we're testing other merchant integrations at the moment, and we have quite a substantial development roadmap moving forwards. One of the things about beta testing is you get so much feedback. So where we're going, we are targeting blockchain events. Why? Because it's the low-hanging fruit. Every blockchain event wants to turn around and say, yeah, we actually ticket with our tickets are blockchain tickets. Everyone we spoke to said, yes, absolutely, we'll use you. And it's just a case of us making sure that our functionality aligns to what it is they need right now. So that leads me on to feature expansion. We have a loyalty token system whereby everyone that buys a ticket gets a loyalty token, which is a UTIX token. They can use that for discounts on merchandise, on tickets for future events. We have institutional investment and IPO plans moving forwards. We're in discussion with Maxim Securities. So myself and Wayne, who's on the call, will be in New York in April after I'm back from Australia, visiting some of the investors who are on this call today. Looking to line up potentially a NASDAQ IPO once we reach a certain annual recurring and monthly recurring revenue target. We are going to be expanding further throughout Europe, the US, and South America, and we are going to be strengthening our compliance with the Securities and Exchange Commission because a lot of the law has changed, obviously, with Trump coming into power, as well as the markets in crypto asset regulation, which is MiCA. So just to give you a view of what our platform looks like, it looks like any other e-ticketing platform. You wouldn't necessarily know that everything below it is powered to some extent by the blockchain. This is kind of what an event organizer would see when they're looking at the dashboard for their tickets. This is when you create an event, what it might look like when you actually go through it. Very, very similar to if you were just hosting an event on Eventbrite. We don't use the giant Motorola scanners because we think they're ridiculous. And I think some ticketing companies charge 200 quid to rent them to actually scan. So we built an application for iOS, Samsung, it's on the Google Play Store that enables you to do it directly from your phone. So an event organizer, I can see every attendee, I can scan the ticket, I can see how many times tickets have been scanned, how many tickets have been sold, and emit them directly into it. From a ticket purchaser, there's a different sub-layer website, and this is what that journey looks like. And this is what it looks like if you're setting up an event on your phone, which you can do. Now, I don't think anybody generally as a rule sets up events on their phone because there's quite a lot that goes into it, but if you wanted to, you can. So development roadmap. So we're optimizing the smart contracts at the moment for ticketing. They're already very quick, and it's one of the questions, but we just want to make sure that we can scale to the point that if we want to go to different chains, for example, that we can. Ticket buyer journey. The great thing about a beta test is people say, this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. What does this mean? So what we're doing is going through that user journey with product manager, with the dev team, and making sure that it does make sense, and that's through A/B testing. Platform control, so EO, if he says, I don't want this ticket being sold for 50% above its price, making sure that that is there and that works exactly the way it should, because it's a closed loop system. You can't sell tickets outside of UTIX. Event organizer needs. We have an event organizer this week who very desperately wants discount codes. So it's just making sure that we have the front end in place so he can actually
Into feedback time. We're into feedback time. Go on.
All right. Well, fortunately, so NASDAQ IPO bond offering, I thought we had a minute left, but that's okay. I've got questions, which are the key questions from a customer perspective. So these are the ones I get the most from VCs, from investment banks, from investors, from event organizers. Have a read. If you have those questions, then shoot them at me. If you don't, then happy to listen to any other questions you may have.
Good stuff. Anybody want to jump in there with a first question or bit of feedback?
Sorry,
Go ahead, Marco.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to ask if using CK technology is like part of the product.
Can you say that again? Sorry, I missed that. Did you ask the question again? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Okay. I asked if CK technology was part of the product, like to enhance the scalability.
That's probably a question for our Chief Technology Officer. But I can tell you at the moment that we're working with a number of different blockchain firms and developers in order to ensure that we do have scalability on the smart contracts themselves. I don't know necessarily what you mean by CK specifically, but I can always ask Mikkel, who is our CTO, and come back to you on that.
Anybody else have a question there?
I have a question, if that's all right. I'm gonna make Max. I'm gonna make a total presumption here now, right? But I presume that you're talking about IPOs and things like that. But I presume another viable option is the likes of Ticketmaster or someone like that actually making you an offer, or in some time or not. If not going to ask you to say whether that's something you'd like or not, but what would, I suppose, what's stopping them from doing that really, or what's to me it seems like a pretty obvious play for someone like them to suggest.
So we have experience with that directly. So Eventbrite and Ticketmaster don't necessarily want to build out their own versions of these because they still own, to an extent, secondary markets and are profiteering off it massively. The chairman of the VC, one of the VCs that we're working with, is the founder of Eventbrite. So we're going back and forth, and we have been going back and forth to a point where they don't want to build it out; they want to buy it. And for them, and there's a reason they don't want to build it out. They don't want to build it out, and when they do want to buy it, they want to buy it as a separate entity that they make as big as Ticketmaster. They have legacy systems in place that they don't want to change. So what they'd rather have is something which is that they can own and can build up to the same extent as something like Eventbrite, and then potentially integrate in. They don't want to, for whatever reason, and I can't speak for them, but they want to buy, they don't want to build. We have had conversations around that already.
Well, to be honest, doesn't surprise me. That was more, wasn't really a question, it was more of an observation already, I think.
Yeah, that's fine, it's a good observation.
Sean, you've got your hand up there. Do you want to jump in?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hey, Max, great deck, really great presentation. I'd like the answer to your first question on your slide, please, if you can I know time might be against us, but if you can, the
Yeah.
blockchain performance, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no is the immediate answer. It's not necessarily too slow. But what we do is we have a conventional kind of Web2 database that sits underneath the Web3 database. So every ticket that goes through on the blockchain, if the blockchain for whatever reason is too congested and gas fees are too high, we queue transactions and we'll send them in the middle of the night, for example, when gas is super low. So what happens is when I purchase, if somebody's buying a ticket, you don't necessarily need to use that ticket immediately unless the event is in like 2 or 3 or 4 hours. So if the blockchain is too congested and we haven't seen that yet and we've thrown loads and loads of tickets at it all at once, for example, then what we'll do is we will batch those tickets into one blockchain transaction and then send them when the gas fees essentially come down and things aren't going to take too long. And we have that secondary database, which is a conventional database, which allows them to have direct access to the ticket should they need it. But they won't then have access to things like the secondary market. They'll have to wait for the blockchain transaction to actually go through and be mined properly. Hopefully that
Awesome.
answers.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
I got to jump in there with a question as well just on the fees. What
Yeah.
blockchain did you choose?
So we're working on Polygon at the moment, which is it's a great question actually, because I had this up, I was looking at it. So if you're looking at fees now, let's talk about merchant fees for a second.
Just before you go on to that, why
Yeah.
did you pick a blockchain with fees? Why did you not pick one with no fees?
Well, we founded the company, started building in 2019. So when I say that a lot's changed since 2019, when I say we're looking at changing smart contracts and altering smart contracts, and that's kind of exactly what I'm talking about. But if we're looking at some fees right now, for example, so the fee to get, and what we send is not necessarily huge. On Polygon for a POS, for example, is basically nothing. Merchant fees we charge 7.5%. Merchant Stripe fees are about 1.4%, which is coming down because we have revenue being pushed through to them, and that's all about scale. So if we're selling a ticket that costs $1,500 and we have tickets going up on sale that are $1,500, we make 7.5% of that. If 0.0001 is going to the blockchain and then 1.2% plus like 30 cents is going to Stripe, then the margins on that are really good. So fees and speed at the moment aren't an issue, and as the blockchain continues to progress and to develop, we will ensure that we are keeping up with those progressions.
You are aware there are blockchains now that are feeless, yeah?
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay. Anybody else, any feedback or questions? Well, on that, my alarm actually just went anyway, so we have ran out of time. Max, that was an amazing presentation. I think of all the pitches this evening, you are the most furthest ahead with your business. You know, you've established in 2019. Really awesome presentation. The other 2 presentations also absolutely amazing. I'm not going to pick a favorite because I actually love all products. Round of applause to everybody. Keep up the great work. For everybody that did jump in and give feedback, thank you all very, very much. In the chat, you can download the chat and you can get all of the links. We've dropped in links to all of the speakers' companies this evening, so you'll be able to connect directly to them. If you just click on the 3 little dots, you can save the chat. We will be saving it and adding it to the Telegram group anyway. So that's it for this evening. Well done to all of the startups. We are back here next Tuesday for a general crypto chat. We'll see you all then. Good evening and goodbye now. Thank you all very much. A round of applause.
Bye.
Bye-bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.
Thanks very much, Carl. Max, thanks very much. Gillian, thanks very much.
Sorry, Paula.
Great. See you later. Yes.
Paula, when is the next one of these planned? The next one of these, the pitch, or are you planning to do it like monthly or what's?
Yeah, we're going to do. This was our first pitch night, so we are going to do some more because this was a success. I don't have one scheduled just yet, but I will definitely have one scheduled for some time in Q2.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But we are here for crypto chats and ecosystem update nights and everything else. We've lots going on, so keep an eye on the website. Yeah.
Thank you. Great. Will do. Bye-bye.
Take it easy. Bye now. Thanks everybody for your input. Have a lovely evening. Goodbye now.
Thank you.
Bye, Nicolo. See you, Marco. Thank you.
Thank
See you,
you.
Bye.
Karen.
Bye.
See you, Marco. See you on the glow. Thanks very much. That was brilliant. See you, Amanda.
Bye.
See you, Sue. See you, Ashish. Now.
Just stop the recording.
Yeah, I just stopped it there.